श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So yesterday he said जीव ब्रह्म अभेद दर्शनम यज्ञत्वेन संपाद्य तत्साधन यज्ञ मध्ये पठ्यते श्रेयान् द्रव्यमयाद् यज्ञात् ज्ञानयज्ञ इत्यादिना स्तोतुम्. So जीव ब्रह्म अभेद दर्शनम यज्ञत्वेन. See, the identity between the individual self and the absolute self is shown as yajna. In Yoga Sutra it is yaga, yoga. Here it is yajna. There we are not doing in Yoga Sutra we are not getting the identity of Jiva and Brahman. That is a different issue. Okay, that there you go into laya. We will see that. Okay. Now this identification which is called as a yajna here. Tat sadhanam yajna madhye, and the means for that is yajna. The means for that is this yajna. What? Karma yajna or jnana yajna. So among that patyate, it is said shreyan dravyamaya jnana yajna ityadina etc. Shreyan dravyamaya jnana yajna parantapa. Bhagavan says, hey parantapa, destroyer of enemy, understand, greater than the karma yajna. Dravyamaya means spending the wealth, etc., whatever, spending the wealth or using the fire oblation material, etc., whatever yajna you perform, better than that is a jnana yajna, the yajna of knowledge. Iti adina stutam, to extol that, to praise that, he is using that. Okay, tadanena. Okay, fine. So we know, we saw one karma yajna, the other is jnana yajna. Tat anena मुख्य गौणौ दौ यज्ञौ दर्शितौ. औ. So we understand it is all in dual case. So he says tad anena, with this mukhya gaunau. Mukhya gauna, two things. So gaunau, mukhya means primary, gauna means secondary. So the primary and secondary dvau, two yajnau, yajnas, the primary yajna and secondary yajna. Primary yajna is the jnana yajna, secondary yajna is the karma yajna. So darshito, that was shown. Those two are shown. Okay. Yavadhi kinchit vaidikam shreya sadhanam tat sarvam yajnatvena sampadyate. Meaning, whatever is the karmas which are prescribed in the Vedas, they are all called as yajna. They are all established as yajna. Tatra. Now, among this yajna discussion, he says, Shrotradin indriyan yanye sanyamagnishu juhvati shabdadin vishayan anyaha indriyagnishu juhvati. Here, he is discussing about the others. Anye, anya. Anye, the others. Anyaha, others. Okay. So, Shrotradin indriyani, the sense organs of hearing, etc., Sanyama Agnishu, Anya, the others, Sanyama Agnishu, in the fire of Sanyama Juhvati, they do this yaga. Okay, one. First is Anya, the others, they think they do this yaga. How? By using the oblation material of Shrotra, etc., the sense organs, into the fire of Sanyama. Okay, let us use Sanyama. I am not translating Sanyama. Normally, if you want to translate Sanyama, Sanyama means Samyak Yamayati iti Sanyama. Yama means to control. So, nicely control is Sanyama. To nicely control your mind is Sanyama. Basically, that is the direct meaning. But we will see what Sanyama is. This is the meaning determined in yoga, not yogika artha. See, yogika artha we call, that's an epistemological term in Sanskrit, yogika artha. Okay, that is not what we are meaning. Pot means this is pot. That is the yogika artha. So that kind of meaning is not what we are talking about. We are talking about this Sanyama is an epistemological term in yoga. Sanyama, this word is an epistemological term in yoga. Okay, that way you see. Juhvati. Shabdadi Vishayan Anye. The others. Anye. The others. What do they do? Shabdadi Vishayan. The sound, etc., sense objects, Indriya, Agnishu, in the fire of sense organ, they do this fire oblation. See. Previously, in third chapter or something, there we brought in Kathopanishad and explained. There we saw explained the difference also. In Kathopanishad, Indriyebhyah parahyartha artebhyah cha paramana manasastu buddhir parabuddhi buddhe atma mahan parah mahatas cha param avyaktam avyaktat purushah parah purushatna param kinchit sa kashta sa paragati. Like that we explained. And there Indriyebhyah parahi arthaha, there arthebhyah parahi indriyaha. Like that there was a difference. We established that why the difference, etc. is right. So that is the idea here. The sense objects, second line, Indriya, sense Shabdadi Vishayan, the sense objects, they are done fire oblation in the sense organs. Okay, respective sense organs. Okay, then the sense organs are done fire oblation in, where will you do? Indriyebhyah param manah, in the mind. Okay, Sanyama is mind. Okay, let us, because control, nicely control of what? Mind. Right? Now, Shrotradini Jnanendriyani Tani Shabdadi Vishebhyah Pratyahritya Anye Pratyahara Paraha Sanyamagnishu. Shrotradini, sense organs, ear, etc. What kind of sense organs are there? There. Jnanendriyani, we are talking about the sense organs of knowledge. Those sense organs of knowledge, Tani, those sense organs of knowledge, Shabdadi Vishebhyah Pratyahritya. Hri Harane is the root word. You add a prati and a. Prati ahritya. Like ahritya. First hrutya. And then you add, do it as ah. Like agatya, agachati, etc. You add a, it becomes ahritya. So hrutya, steel, etc. And now ahritya, by grasping it, by bringing it back. Pratyahritya means by bringing it back, basically. Pratyahritya means by bringing it back. Pratyahritya from what? Shabdadi Vishebhyah. From the sense objects, you have to take back your sense organs. Okay. Now, who anye, the others. Others means who are we talking about? Pratyahara paraha. The people who practice pratyahara, they. Sanyama, Agnishu, in the fire of Sanyama. Okay, in the fire of Sanyama. What is the Sanyama you are talking about? Dharana, Dhyanam, Samadhiniti, Trayam, Ekavashayam Sanyama Shabdena Uchyate. Sanyama Shabdena Uchyate. This is what is referred to by the word Sanyama. Dhyanam, Dharana, Dhyanam, Samadhi. Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. Ekavashayam. All these three have one object. When all these three have one object, that is called as Sanyama. Okay? We are not rushing. We will go slowly. Okay? Now, Tatacha aha Bhagavan Patanjali. This is what Bhagavan Patanjali says. Trayam ekatra Sanyama. That is the sutra. See, in this place, he is quoting the sutra and bhashya. 6th chapter he will do elaborately. In this shloka, he is taking help of the sutras, Patanjali sutras. Okay. Now, Patanjali sutras. Patanjali sutras means the yoga sutras. Yoga sutras means people say Patanjali yoga. What do they teach in Patanjali yoga? They teach you to do exercise. That's basically what it is. Exercise. Lift your hand, lift your leg, lift both your hands, lift both your leg. In different ways, they do it. That is what they say Patanjali yoga is. But that is not Patanjali yoga. Patanjali, when he talks about this, that is called as asana. This yoga asanas. Okay, that is called as asana. Asana is explained in one sutra. He is not even giving it any importance. He is just neglecting it with one sutra. Sthiram sukham asanam. Sthiram sukham asana. What is asana? Sitting peacefully. That is asana. Sthiram, solid, without moving. Sukham, peacefully. It's not just sitting, any posture where you can stay without moving your body every 2 minutes or 2 seconds. That is asana. Because asana need not be sitting erect in one place. No, that is not what asana is. Even shavasana is an asana. You can lie down completely, or sitting in a chair. That's also asana. Leaving your leg. See, people who have arthritis or old age, etc. People who don't have the habit of sitting cross-legged, they can sit in a chair, or they can let their they can sit on the ground, but stretch their legs. That is also asana. If you can sit without disturbance, that is what is asana is. Now, instead of this, it is like these people who come on TV, people who sell Unani medicine, Siddha medicine, etc. It is like them. They make it sound like it is a solution. This medicine is solution for all the disease. I was talking to Rishikesh. Narayan Das. I remember now. I didn't remember the name of the Narayan Das. The ashram is called Ramakrishna Ashram. So that person is called Narayana Das. He is basically a Vaishnava sadhu. Then Vaishnava sect, they get married. It is not like our system, the Shankaracharya Parampara. In Ramanujacharya, not Ramanuja, Ramanandacharya. In Ramanandacharya Parampara, not Ramanuja also. In Ramanandacharya Parampara, they get married and they live a life of family man as well as a spiritual seeker, kind of. Okay. So he does service from evening 4 o'clock or something. He opens his clinic, free for all. Anyone can go. He'll give treatment free. He does not charge anything. Now, the best part is, see, he mixes different medicines. If you say headache, normally homeopathy, a Puritan in homeopathy will not give you multiple medicines. And he will not give you multiple doses also. Because he will ask, okay, you have headache, fine. Do you sweat too much? Too little? Do you feel cold? Do you feel heat? Do you feel this? Do you feel that? So many questions. Now you have a software which, when you give input, it gives you output. It specifically says this is the medicine this fellow should be given. It's all there. Now, this is how a Puritan homeopath will do. He'll ask you this question. Based on that, he'll give you treatment. He will not treat your disease. He will treat your symptom. So, this one dose, over. Tomorrow, this is the only dose you are going to get. This is the only dose you need, over. But that person is not like that. That Narayan Das, he mixes variety of medicines and gives, okay, headache. Whichever may be the cause of that headache, it will remove. It has 5 medicines. So headache is because of this reason, that reason, that reason, that reason, all taken care of. But I am speaking now for so long and in this kind of strong voice, high pitch, which was impossible. Thanks to him, I am able to do this. I had a big trouble before. I will have, if I speak like this for 1 hour or so, I will have throat pain center. That he treated with Nux vomica, etc. something medicine. Anyway, so this person, his specialty is, okay, you say, what is the deadliest disease? Don't say corona. Anyway, even if you say, okay, doctor, I have corona. Koi baat nahi, theek kar denge. Don't worry, nothing. We'll make it okay. He will not be disturbed by any kind of disease. He will say, okay, sir, I have cancer and I have been given 1 month to live by doctors. I will be alive only for 1 month. Don't worry, we'll treat it. Bindas, no trouble. So that person, like that, these people, they are selling yoga as a medicine for any disease. Yoga acharyas themselves don't accept this. So, tathacha aha bhagavan Patanjalihi. Patanjali says what? Trayam ekatra sanyamaha. These 3 in one place. One place means with reference to one object of meditation is called a sanyama. These 3 means the final 3 stages of yoga. See, yoga, even this asana is not the first stage of yoga. See, we call it Ashtanga yoga. Ashtanga yoga. Ashtanga means we should not interpret it as 8 limbs of the body, because that is also a usage for Ashtanga. When you say Sashtanga Namaskara, a person, when he does Namaskara, male basically, he has to do Sashtanga Namaskara, 8 limbs. Like that, your hand, your knee cap of the hand, your forehead, your chin, your chest, your abdomen area, your leg kneecap, your toe, every part of this body, these 8 limbs, they should have to touch the ground completely. That is Ashtanga Namaskara. Sashtanga Namaskara we call it. So that is not, that 8 limbs are not what we are talking about. Here, when we say yoga of 8 limbs, it is not the physical 8 limbs we are talking about. We call yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyana, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. These are the 8 limbs. So the asanas are referred to as the 3rd limb. That's the 3rd limb. 3rd limb means you should have to have practiced the first 2. Only after doing the yama and niyama are basically control of mind and control of sense organs. Only after doing it ably, you can follow the 3rd asana. Without their control, entering into asana itself is useless. See, after eating, not after eating, let us say, after making your stomach a crematorium, you cannot dream of asana. People make their belly a crematorium. After eating meat, chicken, fish, etc., they want to do pranayama and asana. Pranayama is more dangerous. Like Bhagavan Bhashyakara has this allergy of jnana karma samuchaya. I have allergy with pranayama. Pranayama without a proper guidance, if done, is dangerous. Is dangerous. I've seen so many sadhus in Rishikesh who practice this kind of pranayama without proper guidance. They think they are great yogis and all that. People who have been doing this for so many days. they lose their head. They become mental patients. Not that like majority of people in Rishikesh, they will be like that. You will seldom, very, very rarely see people who are sane. Okay. But the problem is this pranayama, if you don't do it without the prerequisites, it is going to be dangerous instead of being something, a good sadhana. Okay. So first you have to control the sense organs, then control mind, yama, niyama, then practice the asana of sitting properly, etc. Then pranayama, controlling the prana. Once you control the prana, the mind is brought under control. Then you go to the pratyahara, reverting back. Then you do this dharana, then dhyana, then finally samadhi. But what is this dharana, dhyana, samadhi? Because these three with reference to one single object is called as a sanyama, you say. But what is that? For that he says, because see, these three with reference to one single object of meditation is sanyama. Now, with reference to samadhi, nirvitarka, savitarka, nirvitarka, savichara, nirvichara, then anandatmika, then asmitatmika. Like that, there are some 6 types of samadhis he talks about. Now, when you meditate on gross objects, that gross object, the meditation when you do on gross object, it becomes subtle. The output is subtle. The input is gross object, the output is subtle. When you meditate on that subtle object, the output is a ananda, happiness. When you meditate on that happiness, the output is existence, asmita. You remain only as existence. So this is the process of yoga. So meditating gross, meditating on subtle, meditating on happiness, because you can meditate on happiness also, because in this sutra itself, in the shloka itself, he'll explain meditating on, because that's the yoga method, meditating on prasankhya, the knowledge. So not being attached to this knowledge, whatever the prajna, etc., whatever is called as ratam, bratatra, prajna, etc., whatever they call, there, even without being attached to that, when you are dispassionate even for that, then you will get the samadhi, the ultimate samadhi, dharma mega samadhi. Okay. So here he says, how do you do that? What is this dharana dhyana? Tatra krit pundarikadau manasas chirakala sthapanam dharana. What is dharana? Krit pundarika adau, adau, etc. Krit means heart. Krit, heart. Pundarika means lotus. The heart lotus. The lotus of heart. Meaning, we are not meditating on a heart, on a lotus. See, we are not imagining, visualizing a lotus in your heart region, but the heart itself is the lotus. See, in the Shastras and in the practicality, it is explained as a upside down lotus. In Taittiriya Upanishad, sir, I will discuss. It is like an upside down lotus, non-bloomed lotus. Okay. So that Krit Pundarika, it is not just, it's not necessary that you have to meditate in heart. You can meditate as in Bhagavad Gita, Bhrur Madhye, in the middle of the eyebrow. You can meditate there. You can meditate on the toe. You can meditate on the thumb. You can meditate on the Adam's apple. You can meditate on the crown of the head. Anywhere. It's a place of meditation, that's all. If you are able to place your mind in a place, that is called as dharana. Krit pundarikadau manasa chirakala sthapanam, for a period of time. That is dharana. एवं एकत्र धृतस्य चित्तस्य. In this way, if you have made dharana in a place for a period of time, भगवदाकार वृत्ति प्रवाहः अंतरा अन्य आकार प्रत्यय व्यवहितः. ध्यानम. Dhyana, what is dhyana? See, the mind meditating on Ishvara, which is disturbed by some other thought functions. Can be disturbed by thought function. It is not that you have to have only one kind of thought function. Like people who know cricket. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. So Shiva is also called as Nataraja. There is a Indian player called Nataraj. Your mind travels outside. That is the nature of mind. Oh, no. I am chanting mantra. Bring it back. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. That is dhyana. Dhyana is, we teach you meditation. Come, your mind will not be disturbed. That is all stupidity. Dhyana means your mind will be disturbed. Internally, if it is disturbed, that is what is dhyana is. If it is not at all disturbed, that is not dhyana. That is samadhi. You have to understand the difference. Dhyana is a disturbed mind, where the disturbance is only for a small period. Normally, we have a disturbed mind, but that is not dhyana. That is itself a problem for us. But here, dhyana comes in between for some period of time for us. But this dhyana, continuously you are thinking about one object. In between, it is disturbed by some other object. That is dhyana. Okay. Now, sarvatha vijatiya pratyanantarita jatiya pratya pravaha samadhi. Vijatiya means virodha jatiya, of different class. Sujatiya means of same class. A same class thought function. Pratyaya means thought function. Same class thought function which is not disturbed by a different class thought function. Rama, 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 Rama. There will be only Rama, 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 Rama. There is no other thought function there. That is samadhi. When it is not disturbed by any thought function, that is samadhi. This samadhi need not be like it is as it is said in mythological text or in the movies, mythological movies. You see a person will be meditating in one leg or whatever. So he is sitting cross-legged or standing in one leg or whatever. He is meditating, and over a period of time, before this deity decides to present himself in front of this seeker, there will be an ant hill on top of him. That is not samadhi. That also may be samadhi, but that is not samadhi. Samadhi means mind not disturbed for any period of time. Any period of time. For a lengthy period of time. That is the only prerequisite. Okay? For 10 seconds. Samadhi. I was in samadhi for 10 seconds, not thinking about anything else other than this. You were in samadhi. So, Sato Chitta Vritti. Now, when I was doing this, if you started counting how many times I am doing this, if Guruji may ask that question, so let me count. If you did that, then you are not in samadhi, you missed out samadhi, right? So, Sato Chitta Bhumi Bhedena Dvidaha Sampragyata. That samadhi is of two types. Two types means, why is it two types? Samadhi. Where is the type in samadhi? Because of the chitta bhumi, the plane of mind. Remember, in 3rd chapter, 18th shloka, in Tamil I just saw. That is why I remember the number. Okay, in the shloka number I remember, but the chapter number and shloka number combined, maybe. Okay, so the 18th shloka of the previous chapter, there he discussed in detail these different planes, but not of yoga. It is of jnana. Jnana bhumishve chaksha prathama parikirtita vicharana dvitiyasya, etc. That is jnana bhumi, the different planes of knowledge. And there I spoke about this yoga bhumi. Why? How I compared? I said, see, in jnana, the first stage itself is a guaranteed stage. But in yoga, the first three stages are useless stage. Though the first three stages in jnana also is not a samadhi, but he is ready for samadhi. But in yoga, the first three stages, he is not at all ready for samadhi. That is the difference. Okay. So he says, chitta bhumi bhedena, because of the difference in the mind plane, the plane in which the mind exists, because of that, the samadhi is of two types. One is sampragyata, the other is asampragyata. Names. Chittasya hi pancha bhumaya. Oh, what is this? 5 planes of mind. See, this is not said in yoga. I mean the sutras. But the Bhashyakara, he comments upon these 5 planes in the very first sutra. Yogas chitta vritti nirodha. There, what is chitta? There he talks about the different planes of mind. Chittasya pancha bhumeha. The mind is in 5 planes. Mind has 5 planes. Kshiptam, mudam, vikshiptam, ekagram, niruddham. First is kshipta. Second is mudha. Third is vikshipta. Fourth is ekagra. Fifth is niruddha. Name. Now what is vikshipta? Tatra ragadveshadi vashad vishayeshu abhinivishtam kshiptam. Kshiptam means, normally in Sanskrit, kshiptam means thrown. It is thrown in water. Jale kshiptam. It is thrown in fire. Agnaye kshiptam. If you throw it, that is called a kshiptam. But here kshiptam means, he says, ragadveshadi vashat, because of the hatred, desire, etc. Vishayeshu abhinivishtam, the mind becoming involved with the objects, sense objects. The mind being involved in the sense with the sense objects because of the desire, hatred, etc. is called as kshipta. You are throwing your mind to dogs. That's what is Vishaya. So that is kshipta. Tandradigrastam mudham. Mudham means tandradigrastam. Like mudhamate, etc. Bhagavan Bhashyakara uses. Mudhamate. So stupid brain. So basically it is, what is stupid brain? Tandradigrastam. You are grasped by, grastam means grasp. You are grasped by laziness, etc. Sleep, laziness. All this is a mudha. Okay. Now, sarvada vishya asaktam kadachit dhyananishtham. See, vikshiptam. What is vikshiptam? See, you may be involved with the sense objects, but for a small period of time, you are involved with the samadhi part also. Like a person, let us take a person. He is involved from morning to night, he is involved in the sense object pursuit. But in the morning, after bath, he comes and he does puja. 1 hour or half an hour, he will be very strict. No one should disturb me. That half an hour, no one disturbs him, and he will be focused on doing that puja. That is what he says. Vishya asaktam, though he is interested in, involved in the sense objects, kadachit dhyananishtam. For some period of time, the mind is involved in meditation. Disturbed, but still meditation. Kshipta vishishtataya vikshiptam. Since it is different from kshipta, kshipta is completely useless. Here, at least for a small period of time, it is involved in the dhyana. Therefore, tatra kshipta mudhayoho samadhi shanka eva nasti. For the first two, kshipta and mudha, you should not even doubt about samadhi. There is no question of samadhi. Samadhi shanka eva. Shanka means doubt, but there is no question of samadhi. No possibility of samadhi for those two people, the first two stages. For the third, in Yoga Sutra, he clearly declares the first, second, and third. For these three states, 3 planes, there is no samadhi. But here, he first declares only for the first 2 planes. What about the third plane? He says, Kintu Vikshiptetu Chetasi. The mind which is in the plane of Vikshipta, Kadachitka samadhi. The samadhi is for a small period of time. Kadachitka. Sometimes it comes suddenly. Now, vikshepa pradhanyat yoga pakshena vartate. This is not involved in the real yoga, the real samadhi, because the majority of the time the mind is disturbed. Vikshepa means disturbed. The mind is vikshepa, which mind is disturbed majority of the period. Therefore, it is not eligible for, capable for yoga. Yoga means samadhi. Okay. Kintu Tivara Pavana Vikshipta Pradeep Vatsvail. But you said it is in samadhi for a small period of time. Then it is in yoga paksha. No. Like you place a lamp. See, during Kartika Deepa, I placed lamps on the staircases, steps. Now, the moment I placed it outside, it was so windy, strong winds, it blew off the lamp. Now, that lamp, it cannot withstand that wind. Similarly, strong wind. Similarly, this mind also cannot withstand the strong wind of the involvement with sense organs, the pursuit of sense objects. Therefore, naturally by itself it will die. That samadhi, that state of samadhi which he is enjoying for a small period of time, that will die natural death. Nashyati ekagram tu. This ekagra etc. we'll see slowly. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.